welcome back to our Save a Seat series here on Patreon. I am your podcast host, Chloe, and we are starting a new series this month where we talk about disabilities, accessibility. Coming off of Pride Month, we're doing a bit of an intersectionality with the queer community. We're just talking about how to advocate for the people in your life that may not always have their voices amplified in the spaces that you're in. So I am joined today by Courtney of the House 1922. If you haven't listened to our Spotify episode where we already interviewed Courtney, pause this, go listen to that, and come back here because a lot of what we're going to talk about is going to be a good spin-off of what we have covered in our Spotify. So welcome back, Courtney. We're so excited to have you on our Dig Deeper series.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so for those of the listeners that are just on our Patreon that may not listen to our Spotify, will you tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, for sure. My name is Courtney Senousy. I founded, we have a DBA, the House 1922. We are often known as House of Shemaiah, which is how we began in the height of the pandemic, providing resources and outlets for the community to reconnect and re-engage, first with themselves, and then how does that extend outward, and generally in the form of servitude of some sort. So yeah, we have evolved into something that I am very proud of, the House 1922, that just supports and we amplify voices. We provide the resources and the tools that individuals need to really shine unapologetically in their truth, and do what they want to do, how they want to do it.
Yeah, I think that description is really powerful, and it leads me perfectly into my first question, which is how can we and how do you as a business meet people where they're at and help them understand what they need?
Yeah, so how we do it, or how I do it, is it starts with just holding space. We've got to hold space for one another and listen to what we need. And sometimes that's holding space for ourselves. Sometimes we don't know what we need until we hold that space for ourselves and are able to really dive in deep there. And then where I come in, and the house comes in, and our amazing team is, at our core, we're strategists. So we like to find solutions to challenges that individuals may be having. And so we start, like I said, by holding that space, and we become aware. Now, yes, we have an arsenal of tools that we can pull out and be like, okay, well, this may work, or this may work, or this may work. We have those available, but it starts by creating that general awareness and really hearing the people that we partner with, and what their unique needs are, and also understanding how they need to receive that support, because everybody's different. Not everybody wants that face-to-face interaction. Maybe they just want to go off on their own and read something, or they do want to go through a YouTube rabbit hole of learning and exploration, right? But really meeting people where they're at and how they need to be served is key. And so we offer our solutions are offered in various forms. And like we were discussing earlier, not everybody wants to be on social media all the time. And so I know that something that I had experienced, I still experience to this day, is there'll be these groups that I'm interested in being a part of, and they're only available through Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't have Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's actually like a place I never want to go back to.
Same.
And so to offset that, we've created our own community, and we actually have our own app that we had built out, and it serves as a very safe and protected area that's moderated, that only our community is a part of, and that way they can communicate with like-minded people, and they understand. I mean, they agree to our rules before our guidelines. We don't really do rules, we do guidelines, but they agree to that, acceptance of one another, and encouragement. And you would think things would be obvious, but like bullying, like cyberbullying, that's a real thing. And so, yeah, we've created that virtual space. But if you don't want that and you want to work with somebody more just one-on-one, we have that option available too. If it is like a group situation, and I'm going off of scenarios here that we have encountered, a lot of times inside of an organization or a business that has taken off, there may be some internal challenges, and they normally start with communication. And are we hearing one another?
Yeah.
And so we have a whole series that dives into that professional team dynamic. And I mean, some stuff I've had to learn the hard way because I wasn't always this great human being inside of an organization. I had to figure things out, and it's stressful. And it's a lot for any person in that position to take on. So, yeah, we use a very formulated way, but we dive into communication and then productive conflict. And then we kind of branch out from there. But the next key milestone is emotional intelligence. And
That's a big one.
huge, right?
Yeah.
And again, it starts with yourself and understanding, you know, your own emotions and where they lie and where they root at. And when we can offer ourselves grace and we have that sense of inner understanding, it's a lot easier to extend that outward.